Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Hello.
Hey everyone.
Welcome to Hypecast.
Yeah. Hypecast.
Hypecast.
We're going to talk about some trailers. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell.
Who the goddamn hell are you?
I'm Adam Todd Motherfucking Brown. Full legal name.
Yeah.
Motherfucking. Two separate words.
Right.
Yeah.
Two
Weirdly
separate
enough.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mother is your third name, and then fucker
Right.
is your fourth name.
Right.
And then Brown.
Then Brown. Fucker Brown.
It's hyphenated, right? Because
Yeah.
you wanted to respect both your mother and your father's
Right.
Right.
My
heritage.
mom's
Your mom's side of
maiden
the
name, which is Fucker. And my dad's, which is Brown. Ew. Fucker Brown. All right. That's probably not the general tone this podcast takes.
It would have been worse if it was the
Actually-
other way around, right?
Oh.
Adam Todd, Mother Brown, fucker.
Oh, man.
It's all pretty bad
This is all terrible.
in general, yeah.
Yeah.
We've gotten off on the worst possible foot.
Anyway, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
This is
man.
fun.
Thanks for
doing this. Yeah. Okay, so what we usually do is we start off with looking at new trailers of the week. Kind of slim pickings this week, but there is a new trailer for The Predator.
Yep. This is the big one. Fucking Predator. You got. I'm seeing right away, Adam. You have some
heat.
thoughts.
You came in
about
hot
this.
on this
There's
trailer.
a part in this trailer where someone's being interrogated or something,
Mhm.
and he goes, "Okay, do I get a cookie now?" And they cut to people like laughing as if that's a valid joke
Mhm.
in 2018.
Right.
2018.
So I'm already really skeptical of the writing
Well-
on the Predator reboot, if you can believe that.
Mm.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's written by Shane Black, which, if you're familiar with Shane Black, he was in the first Predator. He's the guy Hawkins, I think. With
He
the-
was in it?
Yeah,
He's
he's
in
in
it,
it with
yeah.
the big glasses. Who's talking about his
Makes
wife's
all the pussy jokes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he was brought on to the first Predator as a possible writer because they were nervous about the director, and they were like, they hired him as an actor, and then if they
Right.
needed him for rewrites, which they didn't, I don't think. He went on to make Iron Man 3. He made The Nice Guys. He wrote Last Action Hero, The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Lethal Weapon.
Did he
Lethal
also write
Weapon.
this in the 90s at the same
Well,
time?
He
That's-
did.
yeah.
He wrote this in 1992.
Did he?
No, I don't.
Nah, I can see it.
It just, the trailer
But
seems like he did.
That's the thing is the trailer. I've been like ignoring the trailers because I just have a lot of faith
Yeah, same.
in his ability to write a fun action movie because he's done it so many times.
Yeah.
That said, I know that he got studio notes that were telling him like the original script was too funny and stuff like that. So, like I can see him doing a little bit of a battle with the studio. But then again, he did make Iron Man 3, which I think that was because he also made Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr., who I think had some leverage for Iron Man 3 that Shane Black could
Yeah.
kind of do whatever he wanted, which is piss off fans.
And
by
he
doing
did
the
do whatever
Mandarin.
He
wanted.
did do whatever
Yeah.
he wanted, and it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm hoping they give him freedom for this. I don't know. The joke that concerned me more was
The Keegan Michael Key
there's
joke,
a
right?
pussy joke in it. And it's like, is this going to be the thing where Predators films like are required to have a pussy
I think
joke?
it's well. There was part of me. It was like, well, that's a bad joke, but then I was like, well, it is a pussy joke.
Mhm.
So maybe it's just him being like, hey, remember
Yeah,
when I played that guy?
yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's supposed to be a bad joke.
Yeah.
I hope. But yeah, that cookie line is worrying.
Who is that lead actor?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That whenever I see some
goddamn dude.
fucking stranger,
Some Joel Kinnaman.
that's why I haven't
something.
seen Solo. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, you don't need to see Solo.
It's
Yeah.
rough. It's like I was saying we did an episode about it. It's that guy's fighting a losing battle because he walks on screen and it's like, I'm Han Solo, and everyone in the crowd is like, they're not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely
You
are
are-
not.
you super
very
are not.
clearly not Han Solo. I've seen Han Solo.
That is not
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I also worry. Right now, I'm wary of any movie that's about invading hordes that need to be eradicated.
Sure.
Because it all just feels like immigration propaganda to me.
Right.
More the Sicario sequel than this.
Sure,
But also
this-
this, I'm like, nope, unless it's The Purge, I don't want to hear it right now.
This seems more like, because it seems like they've captured the Predator and his ship, so this seems more like arresting Predator at the border.
Okay, yeah.
So this is fine.
Yeah, we need Guantanamo Bay because of things like this. Exactly.
And then he goes on a rampage.
That's a movie I'd watch.
Yeah.
Godzilla at Guantanamo Bay. I want to see that.
All the dudes that have been in jail since before the first Spider-Man movie.
Oh, what a sad situation. I'm sure they're all terrorists.
Yeah, they must be.
Yeah.
We'll find out by 2029 when they all have trials.
So yeah, that's the new Predator trailer.
Nice.
I really had to dig. There's a couple
Yeah.
of Netflix exclusives. This isn't one of them. I'm sorry.
This
Reprisal.
trailer, Reprisal, I saw like last week when we were looking for trailers, and I
and
didn't
skipped
make
it.
the cut. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Who is it? Is it Bruce Willis?
it's Bruce Willis and Frank Grillo from the second Purge movie.
Yeah,
Right.
as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, what's this going to be about? Are people going to get shot a lot? Yes.
This
Yes,
is like
they are.
one of 50 Bruce Willis straight to DVD
Yeah.
like movies
yeah.
that he's doing.
I immediately, within 30 seconds, got the sense that Bruce Willis is going to be revealed as a bad guy in some sense in this movie.
Sure.
Probably. Sure. I can see that.
I just immediately was like, oh, Bruce Willis did it. Whatever's happening, he did it.
Yeah.
But the trailer
know.
makes it seem
Does
like
he-
that's not the case.
He doesn't play. I feel like he won't play a bad guy if he doesn't have to. And this feels like a low budget film where Bruce Willis probably had way too much power over the production.
Man, I can't. The idea of Bruce Willis having power over production now even seems weird.
But he does. Like that was the whole Kevin Smith story of working on Die Hard 4 with him, which was that he would
Well, that's-
completely halt production.
That's a Die Hard movie, though.
That's true.
This is like a.
So
That is true.
This is like a
probably.
straight to DVD.
Right, but that seems
action
to be
film.
like even more of a he's probably the best thing, he was probably the biggest thing they have on set and the best chance they have of this movie getting made. So if Bruce Willis was like, I don't want to be the bad guy, what are they going to do? Replace him? Like, it's Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Isn't every Bruce Willis movie kind of a Die Hard movie? Like
Kinda.
even the romantic comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
Hudson
Die
Hawk.
Hard to
Hudson
me.
Hawk.
Yeah.
Death becomes her. The kid.
Yeah. Did
Kid's
anyone see
basically
the
Die Hard movie.
Death Wish remake?
Yes, I did.
Is it good?
No.
I
No,
did
it's
not
not.
see it.
Me and my family, for some reason, had a tradition of going to see the Death Wish movies in theaters
As they were coming out.
when I was a kid. So I'm very loyal to that franchise, but I don't. It's not one that I think needs to be rebooted.
It was definitely.
right
it was
now.
definitely. This is definitely the wrong time to
Yeah.
make a Death Wish.
Yeah, is it as like wildly racist as the originals? Because the originals are like just old white guy fantasies, right? It's
This is the same thing. It's a middle-aged white
shooting at
man.
break dancers.
yeah.
Yeah, he literally goes into a club and shoots up a bathroom. No, it's the same. This is still a middle-aged white man's power fantasy. It's less. It's less like overtly racist, but it's still pretty racist
Right.
because it's
They
still
toned down the racism.
it's still him dressing. He walks into like black neighborhoods dressed like Trayvon Martin and starts shooting people.
Oh, good.
So that's not great.
Good job, Bruce Willis. Yeah, I think more gun revenge movies are definitely what society needs right now too.
Right
Yeah.
now. This is definitely the right time for that.
And I'm usually not like this. It's just such a different kind of world right now. I'm usually not like, can we not do this in movies right
Right.
now?
Yeah.
But now it's like,
But there is
fucking, we don't need Reprisal.
it's weird.
Probably
like
not.
I'm not the type of person to blame gun violence on movies. Like, I'm sure there's
It's not helping.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a lot of different things, but there's something to watching like the first Matrix, where Keanu Reeves walks into a building with a bunch of guns and shoots a bunch of security guards. Like, that's fucking weird.
Well, we
And
have
then the fact that there's so many movies where the solution is go into a building and shoot everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
I mean, when you have the Bush administration pushing enhanced interrogation because they saw it work on 24,
Right.
and like you
There's a
have
problem. We got a
Trump
problem.
and other dickheads talking about like every single like gun law, like we need to have a gun to protect our family, and that's like death wish. It's like
Yeah.
this is a thing that literally never happens except in the movies.
Yeah.
Right. God, I loved 24. I watched this shit. Speaking of enhanced interrogation, there's a scene in, I think, season 2 or 3 where he's got a dude tied to a chair who he needs some information from, and he's got the dude's wife tied to a chair. And the dude is like, you can torture me all you want. I'm not going to say anything. And Jack Bauer points the gun at him for a second and then moves it over and shoots his wife in the kneecap. And the guy's like, okay! Damn!
Didn't even give him a chance.
God.
God damn, Jack Bauer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Good show. Good show. Yeah.
All right. The next one's called Tao.
Yeah, I have no interest in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Oldman voices a house.
That's Gary Oldman?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought this looked kind of interesting.
It does look like-
It could be like, oh shit, Sleuth, right?
I don't know what that is.
That's the one with Michael Caine and Christopher Reeve.
I don't know.
I think you're making that up.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's Michael Caine and Laurence Olivier. I think Michael Caine
Now
Michael Caine
you're
and Jude
really
Law
making
were
that
the was the
It
remake.
just, this one reminds me technology-wise, like almost like no one saw The Circle. No, this it reminds me of a Logan's Run type movie that we're gonna look back on and be like, man, that is a hilarious vision of AI in the future.
Yeah.
Which again, like you look at films like Blade Runner, that's not exactly accurate either. But there's like something artful about it, and like there's like a couple things that got right. This just feels like it's gonna be an embarrassing movie. I mean, maybe it's great. I don't know.
And this is a Netflix exclusive, right?
It is, yeah. Well, you'll actually be able to watch it today.
Oh shit!
Oh, see
when
that
this podcast
that makes me more willing to see it for sure. I wouldn't have gone to theaters to see this.
This is worth free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it could be an interesting premise, or it just could be terrible.
I mean, what
if your smart home goes wrong?
Well, the premise is Ed Skrein or Skrine, whatever his name is, the British dude, has locked It Follows lady
right
in his house, and it's a smart house.
But why?
I don't know.
And the smart house is like torturing her and like
Because it's supposed to, I
threatening.
assume.
Yeah, like
So she's got a. It's similar to. I mentioned the movie Sleuth. It's a similar premise where it's the guy finds out that this young man has been having an affair with his wife, so he locks him in his trap house, basically. And it's like, if you can figure your way out of this, then
Trap house, as in where he was selling crack.
Yes,
Right.
no,
Okay, cool.
like a literal trap house, like
guess-
a mystery mansion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess the problem I'm having with this is that good sci-fi comes from something that's like kind of relatable. Like Ex Machina is about the idea of like, you know, sex robots and replacing intimacy with AI and stuff, which are things that like people are trying to do.
Yeah.
This is like not coming from like if this was a movie
This
about
is
someone,
not a science fiction film.
yeah, I guess so.
It's just a thriller
It's
that
just
they've
a
used.
stupid- okay.
They used. Well, they've just put a science fiction sheen over it.
Right. I just would rather see a movie where someone has a smart house and the smart house starts going crazy and like locks them in and like stuff like that, you know, like
Or like a hacker does it.
or a hacker does it.
Because
yeah,
that would
something
be
that's
realistic.
Like, yeah, something.
I mean,
that's
not completely
stark-
Like that
realistic.
film Firewall.
Yes,
Yeah.
just like I want fire.
Give me back
like,
my family. Oh, Han Solo.
That's like
Was Harrison Ford?
it's Harrison
Yeah.
Ford, yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
and that's another case of him in a fight scene with the younger actor actually punching him in the face.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah,
He
doesn't
punched
give
the
a
actor in
shit.
the face.
He punched Paul Bettany in the face. He punched Ryan Gosling too in
He
Blade Runner.
mumbles his way through Firewall too. Like not a word Harrison
Yeah.
Ford says is
Right?
legible.
God damn it, he's the best.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his David Blaine skit?
No.
David Blaine did a Street
where
Magic
he just tells him to
episode.
get the fuck out.
And David Blaine does, I don't remember what, it was like a card trick or something. And
He
then
put
the,
a card in an orange.
the card ends up in an unpeeled orange that's just been sitting in a bowl on Harrison Ford's counter forever.
Mm-hmm.
And Harrison Ford opens the orange and just goes, "Get the fuck out of my house." It was pretty great.
He was just he's being spotted at where I'm from in Western Massachusetts right now. Like all people I know and stuff are posting photos of him.
Huh. I wonder if he's filming something.
I think it's a college town, so I don't know if he has like a kid that age or something.
Oh.
Because
that's-
there's
I don't know.
often it's like a rich college town, so there's been a lot.
College
of that.
would be out by now, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's late June.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's doing
Unless
there.
he's got it.
Maybe they're filming something.
Maybe.
I should look it up.
We should get deeper into this.
Yeah.
We should investigate. So Tal, I'll probably watch that for free.
Yeah, but it's free.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Was this trailer on? Did this just get added?
This just got added.
This
This
just
is
got
a
added.
trailer for
So,
Mandy.
I haven't seen this one. Can we watch this one?
Oh, please.
Click on it.
It's it was Dave's movie that deserves more hype from last week.
Yes, and the trailer just came out, and I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is the audio coming through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Nicolas Cage. I want the
Under the crimson, primordial sky, the wretched warlock reached
Barry
into
Manilow
the
song
dark
to just start
embrace.
belting out. Yeah.
His fist closed around the serpent's eye,
Oh, I'm into this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait.
and eternal.
Yeah, just you wait till you see what the premise is.
need you to get me that girl I saw. Do you know what to do?
You guys have got to watch this film.
So excited.
You're a special one, Mandy. I, too, am a special one.
What is this?
So very
It's insanity.
special.
It's gonna be so good.
Nicolas Cage gives the performance of a lifetime.
That's saying a lot.
That's
Did you see what he's
Big
just
one.
made there?
Going hunting.
Wouldn't a simple blade have worked? That was days and days of work. I've seen Forged in Fire.
You think you're so
That's the only
in love?
thing that I
I'll
need.
show you love.
Insanely violent and ethereally beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Very wrong, Jim.
There's a tiger.
There's
There
a fucking
is
tiger.
a tiger. Probably voiced by Nicolas Cage.
From
We can only
within,
hope.
strange and eternal.
I still have no idea what that's about, but I cannot wait to see it. Chainsaw fight!
That's gonna be so goddamn
The
good.
premise, as I explained last week, is Nicolas Cage's, I think, wife is burnt alive in front of him by a cult, and
Yes.
Nicolas Cage has to fight them. And it's this director is really fucking weird, as you can tell.
Yeah, there was an animated sequence in there.
Yeah.
It's gotten great. I think it's been to Sundance or somewhere. It's gotten a lot of really good reviews. It's at like a 90-something% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Very excited for that.
Have either of you seen, he's got a movie that's on all the streaming services right now where he plays a dad. And it's like a horror movie where he and
I
the
think
mom.
It's called Mom and Dad. or
Yeah,
something
Mom
like
and Dad
that.
or something. I haven't seen it, but
Yeah,
I haven't
we're
either.
aware of it. I haven't
Yeah.
watched it.
I think Selma Blair is the
yeah,
mom.
it's Selma
Yeah.
Blair, yeah.
Yeah,
I've come so close on many a night
me too.
to
think
going,
now's
is,
the time.
is this the night that I watch
Yeah.
Mom
Is
and
this
Dad?
the night that Mom and Dad happens?
I
Because I've heard
suspect-
nothing about the movie. It just showed up
Right.
Yeah.
one day.
I suspect he's not in it much. My guess is that Nicolas Cage. It's about like a zombie type apocalypse where parents go crazy. My guess is that like it's where it's like he goes crazy at the opening and they have to like kill him or something, and then the rest of the movie is whatever the movie is. Because I haven't heard anything about it. Like no praise, no one saying it's terrible, nothing. Like
it's
just there. It just exists.
It's like a fucking unexplored ancient city just waiting for someone
it's like
to traverse its terrain.
It's a little cave. You just walk past. It's like, oh, there's a cave again.
A little Nicolas.
Should I stick my head in there?
Yeah.
And then you do.
Could be treasure in there.
Nicolas Cage is dead in there.
Or could be dead Nicolas Cage. Okay, the next trailer we have is How It Ends, which is another Netflix movie.
Yeah.
About Forrest Whitaker and the end of the world.
Yeah.
And it so looks like a Cloverfield movie.
It really does.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, well, it's a Cloverfield movie in the sense that I feel like some poor indie writer and director made a movie about the apocalypse, and J.J. Abrams has like some standing order to everybody that works for him. If there's any script or movie that has anything close to an apocalypse in it, bring it to him and he will convert it into a Cloverfield movie. So I'm sure it was like a really smart idea that J.J. Abrams is going to ruin by making a Cloverfield sequel.
I like
it's called How It Ends, but it'll be probably called like the Cloverfield Conundrum.
Sure. There's nothing. I mean, I'm just guessing based on watching the trailer. There is absolutely nothing to indicate that this actually is a Cloverfield movie. I do like the idea of an apocalypse movie told from the point of view of like people on the ground who don't know what's happening.
Yes, and I do too, and I feel like every attempt to do it becomes Cloverfield.
Yeah.
It'd be great to see one that isn't Cloverfield.
Yeah, I mean, there's
the way the cell phone screen flashes in the trailer is when I was like, yeah, that looks like Cloverfield.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the sound effects sound like stock Cloverfield sound effects.
And it's just like a vague thing happening in the sky.
Yeah.
And it's happening everywhere. But weirdly, news reporting still carries on. Television stations remain undamaged through all Cloverfield events.
Dutifully reporting.
It's great. Yeah, I could see this being. I hope they don't, because they need to.
Never turned out.
They
good.
need to tell us some shit about that monster before we get any more Cloverfield movies.
I think they just need to stop making them because they don't know what it's mystery box. They're not planning anything. They're just it's lost. Like they're clickbait movies. There's nothing to it. It's just we're gonna slap the Cloverfield thing on it and make it slightly mysterious, and we're never gonna actually tell you anything. They're just withholding exposition and calling that mystery, and that's not mystery. That's just them randomly withholding exposition.
Yeah.
So,
I suppose.
And then throwing surprise monsters in the end.
Yeah. It's just they need to stop.
10 Cloverfield Lane was a pretty good Hitchcock movie.
Yeah.
Ruined by the Cloverfield thing.
But that movie still would have had the ending it did, even if it wasn't a Cloverfield movie,
The
right?
original ending was that she leaves and there's no aliens or anything, and she just drives to the city and it's on fire.
Yeah.
And that's it.
The whole city?
Yeah. And that's it.
It just
wasn't
it wasn't aliens.
And
so the ending is kind of the same, where there was really an apocalypse, but he still was a crazy person that was locking women in his bomb shelter.
The point of that movie was it wasn't the apocalypse, it was him.
Mm-hmm.
And like the Cloverfield add-on, like it felt like they like upstaged the actual point of the movie by trying to make it mysterious and about the Cloverfield shit. And it's just like let this movie exist like as what it is, and stop giving us this shit.
What kills me is the first Cloverfield movie, there was all this internet shit to go along with it.
Yeah.
You know, that would give you some background. And I feel like the capability to do that, but on a much bigger and more impressive scale, exists now, and nobody does it.
Yeah.
I know we like stopped. Like they did it for the Dark Knight, super hardcore.
Right.
Like in the mid to late 2000s, we were all about that shit, and then we just kind of stopped doing.
Wait, about what? Like the viral marketing?
ARG, all that kind of stuff.
Dave completely forgot about
What's
it.
ARG?
It's like alternate reality game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they were like, The Purge did it too. There was like, you could go on, there was a Purge website that had all of this information about the new founding fathers and why the Purge happened. And like, that shit's not even online anymore. Like, why? I don't get why people don't exploit
Blair Witch.
that a
Blair
little more.
Witch was the king of that.
Yeah.
Because Blair Witch was a fucking $30,000 movie that was made big by them just flyering colleges with missing signs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they really worked hard for that one. I mean, it's cool, but a lot of that stuff for me is like a distraction. Because if the movie's not good, then that's my problem with the Cloverfields, is that it's all marketing. Like there's no actual substance to the movies. Like if I were a marketing student, I would love these films. Like they're a great lesson in how to market something, but the thing they're marketing is there's nothing there. It's crap.
They're marketing the apocalypse, bro.
Yeah.
Get ready for it.
Yeah, bro.
Come on.
All right. Speaking of marketing the apocalypse, Jared Leto is going to play Morbius in a Spider-Man spin-off film.
What's that?
Morbius is Morbius the Living Vampire.
That sounds like
He's
your-
a
Don't
Spider-Man villain.
vampires live forever?
Yeah, it's the character is.
So he's a vampire, but without all the return from the dead shit?
Yeah, he's not undead.
He's just got a thirst for blood.
He has vampire powers and everything. It's like he was like scientific. There's probably some super hardcore Morbius fans screaming at me right now listening to this.
Oh, good. Let's make it
I'm
worse.
pretty sure he
Played for the New York Giants in the
Yes.
70s?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. No, he became. He's like a science vampire, some sort of scientific vampire.
Huh.
Yeah, I think I read something along those lines in this article. But
Is this
yeah, I had never heard of this character.
so it's a spin-off in
Yeah.
that it's not a Spider-Man film?
No, not directly.
What
Sort
is-
of like
what
Venom.
is- Sony, what are you doing?
Lord
Sony?
knows what
I think
Sony's doing.
this
They're also
is-
doing a Black Cat and Silver Sable spinoff.
They have this
Finally.
one property.
Yep.
They have the Spider-Man property, and they're going to stretch it out
Yeah,
as much as possible.
they want to make their own MCU, but they only have Spider-Man characters,
They can't-
which is why we're getting a fucking Morbius movie.
They can't do this. This is silly.
Like,
This is like Sony. You need to stop.
like Venom, I get because that's a super popular character.
yeah,
Morbius,
Morbius. All right.
Silver Sable.
To be fair, there was a time where if someone said they're making an Iron Man movie, I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
huh, that's kind of silly. But Marvel had a lot of things to work with. They had
It kind of at that point it sort of wasn't because they already did the big ones. They did X-Men and Spider-Man, so it's like okay, we did like the A-list
but
ones.
like Marvel Studios, I mean, like
I know. I'm
they
just
had-
talking about from a broader viewpoint,
okay,
like a broader scope. We
Yeah.
already had X-Men. That was first. That's like the most popular. Then you had Spider-Man, which is the most popular. But after that, it's like all the A-list people that Marvel
Right.
had at the time. So then it was like, well, who do we? It's funny to think of Iron Man as not being
they had, like
A-list
Captain
anymore.
America though.
He's not really A-list. Like
Yeah,
how many
they
people are
had
going to go
Hulk-
out and see
Hulk.
again? But the Hulk
was-
movie had already gotten made.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, well, let's go down. Let's go a little deeper on our bench to these
Right.
sort of B-list
but
superheroes.
I guess they still had. Like the Spider-Man universe, how many superheroes does the Spider-Man universe have?
Not a lot.
Just Spider-Man, right?
I mean,
And,
there's
like,
a
some
few
other things with spider in the word.
Yeah,
It just feels like they don't have enough to go by to make it like. I don't think it's going to be the same as Marvel, but maybe I'll be wrong.
I don't know. It's weird.
Are people upset about Jared Leto getting this role?
I think people are just upset about Jared Leto in general.
Yeah.
At this point,
He's an upsetting
Yeah, I
man.
can see that. I thought he was good in Suicide Squad.
Sure.
So
He's good in things. He's good in.
He's a good actor.
Fucking Blade
Requiem
Runner.
for a Dream is one of my favorite
Yeah,
movies.
Requiem for a Dream. That's the thing. He's a good actor, but he just has that Johnny Depp vibe. Where,
yeah, and his band
King-
sucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you seen the documentary?
No.
They have a documentary on Netflix about them fighting with their record label over being able to record their album the way they want to record it. And the first half, when they're fighting with their record label, you're like, fuck yeah, I hope they win this. It's really interesting. And then they do win and they start recording that album. And you're like, oh, I bet the record label was right. This is awful. And I do not support it any longer.
What do they want to do? Like record it upside down in an isolation chamber?
I feel like the record label was like, how about not those songs? And Jared Leto was like, no, but these songs. And they were like, all right, fine, if that's what you want to do. And it's the worst.
Yeah.
Once they start recording that album, that documentary goes south so fast.
Could we maybe team you up with a writing partner? No.
That part should have
My
been a
vision.
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, freaking Jared Leto.
Yeah, Keith Carey beat me to the tweet. I had always had it in my head to tweet it, but Jared Leto does look exactly like the guy on the front of the Tapatio hot sauce bottles. Let's pull that up. We have a screen here. We can do it.
He sure does.
Typing.
You guys should do this at home on
Yes.
your smartphones
Yeah,
or whatever.
everybody follow.
Pull up the Tapatio.
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like that guy looks like Jared Leto's like father.
Well, yeah.
He looks a little.
But you know who looks like Jared Leto? Jared Leto's father.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the show.
Mr. Leto.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this a movie either of you would go see in theaters?
I don't know.
I'm just real wary of the Venom trailer is one where it's like, I the first time I saw it, there was just this thing in the back of my head that's like, I think this might be bad. And again, it's just it something about it reminded me of like the first like Daredevil film and the Ghost Rider film and like that era of superhero movies where it just looked a little silly. The way he was like the thing was shooting out of him and beating people up. And like when he jumps the motorcycle and the thing grabs onto the motorcycle, there was some vibe I got about it where I'm just like, I'm afraid this might be bad. I don't want it to be bad. It's just that Sony can't be trusted. They
In a lot of ways.
yeah.
In
Yes,
many
in
ways.
a lot of ways.
Yeah, I would
But
not.
especially with
Don't
the
leave-
I wouldn't leave my
Spider-Man
kids
universe.
No, don't leave your
Yeah.
kids with Sony.
Sony, they got lucky when they had Sam Raimi do at least the first two Spider-Mans because he was a man who liked, like, I heard he was hired for that because he just proved to them that he really liked Spider-Man. They're like, well, this guy really likes Spider-Man. Let's just let him call all the shots and do everything. And then, like, since then, they haven't really done it well unless they teamed up with Marvel. So, like, I don't trust them to make the right decisions here. And it just really feels like they're stretching this
Yeah, they need a
property
hit.
out. Yeah, they really need a hit, don't they? Them and Warner
Jumanji
Brothers.
helped them, but
Warner Brothers, they're like,
Warner Brothers is struggling.
oh man, they're just looking at Harry Potter posters and thinking about what
Used to be.
once was. Yeah,
Remember we could guarantee on $1 billion a year with these movies?
Can't they have the same team of writers that Ghost wrote the Harry Potter books just write something new?
Yeah.
Have you heard? You know that conspiracy, right?
No, I haven't.
That J.K. Rowling did not write the Harry Potter books.
Where did that come from?
Sexism
Yeah,
mostly?
I
was about to say.
a bunch of people who said
Because
a
woman didn't write this.
That's how it mostly boils down to a woman who was taking care of kids wouldn't have had the free time to write this.
Okay.
Wow.
I love conspiracy theories that come from like a fundamental misunderstanding of the world.
Yeah, she got like a fucking grant to write it, right? Like,
Oh,
That
that's
helps.
yeah, that helps.
Childcare.
Yeah,
That grant money.
that's the reason for the grant
great. That's amazing.
is to pay for the things that allow you to do the thing.
People.
People are weird,
Yeah.
including Jared Leto.
Yeah,
But playing
he's
a
weird
living
guy.
vampire seems like a good fit for him.
Yeah, I like him as an actor, but I feel like I wouldn't want him anywhere fucking
I feel like he
near
would be
me in real life.
intolerable
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like he smokes a lot of clove cigarettes and like.
Oh, he
That alone.
looks like a clove cigarette.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like fucking mutagen spilled on a clove cigarette,
Right,
and then became Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a Bad Boys spin-off TV show starring Gabrielle Union that's coming out. It's called LA's Finest.
Sure.
Yeah. Yay, cop shows.
Yeah.
I've never watched a cop show. Oh, except for The Wire, I guess technically counts.
The Wire,
That
yeah.
is 100% counts as a cop
Well,
show.
it's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things, but
primarily a cop show.
It's also like there's
named
a
after a
where there's just, like,
wiretap the police
teachers
put in place.
and yeah, that's a good point.
You know, they were going to do how many seasons? There were 5 seasons.
Five
of The Wire,
seasons,
right? They were going to do a 6th season about illegal immigration,
Oh, that would have been
but they felt like none of the staff had enough knowledge of it
right.
to turn it into a full season.
It
Yeah.
also felt like they completed like the 5 seasons were. It felt like they were tackling like one specific area and they got all the angles. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna. Illegal immigration in Baltimore might be
Yeah.
not the. I don't. I'm
No, there
speaking
was-
from a place of complete ignorance.
No, it was from an actual wave of immigration that happened
Oh, okay.
in Baltimore
Oh, okay.
at one point during the heroin epidemic.
Hmm.
So any time in the last 30 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or at present. Holy shit, Richard Gere just joined the doc.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
I'm Richard Gere.
Jessica Alba's in this too.
Yeah.
That's a welcome
Oh.
return.
That's good.
Yeah, she hasn't been on
needs-
TV since what? Dark Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That was her
like
TV
Dark
show?
Angel a lot.
I feel I can sleep a little better knowing that Jessica Alba is off the streets and doing something like she's got.
Oh, she's super rich though. Didn't
Yeah, I
she
know.
founded some company and I think that's what she's been
That's what she's been up to.
busy with.
I think I like her in movies, like or in TV and stuff.
What was the surfing movie she did? It was really good.
Into the Blue.
I don't know.
Is that
Was it Blue Crush?
Blue Crush is the other one. Blue Crush is the one with Kate Bosworth and
Oh,
Michelle
maybe that's the one I'm
Rodriguez.
thinking of.
Yeah.
Never mind. The Jessica Alba one was trash.
Okay, she was great in Agent Cody Banks. Remember Agent Cody Banks?
No, I liked her in Sin City. She was
Sure.
great in Sin City.
Right.
Yeah.
In Agent Cody Banks, she murders Ian McShane.
No, that's
That's not Ian McShane.
no,
Who
no.
does she murder?
In Agent Cody Banks, Hillary Duff murders Ian McShane by shoving the nano thing.
Oh,
into his
right.
mouth.
I'm thinking of Hillary Duff and not Jessica Alba.
Oh wow, those
Yeah, I
are
don't
two
care
very
about-
different
I don't
people.
care about Jessica
How
Alba.
exactly is
No.
this a Bad Boys spinoff?
Gabrielle Union played Martin Lawrence's sister in Bad Boys 2.
She was good in it.
Oh, okay.
So this is that character moving from Miami to L.A. for a change of pace.
Yeah, yeah.
They should just make a Bad Boys 3. They've been talking about it. I think they just can't get it together, right?
Maybe, I don't know. They've announced release dates for Bad Boys 3 and 4.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine the pay disparity these days between
Will Smith.
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith?
Martin Lawrence got top billing on those movies. His name
Yeah.
comes before Will Smith's.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I can't imagine.
I mean, it made sense in 95.
oh yeah, for sure, because
Yeah.
Will Smith was just starting out
Yeah.
as an actor.
Yeah.
But now, woof,
Yeah.
might just have to recast Martin Lawrence altogether.
You can't recast Marcus Burnett.
No, you can't.
No, probably not.
No.
Could have, what's his fucking name? Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Have Kevin Hart do it.
They could just
Then we'll see
add
who's
him
getting.
to the
Then we'll
cast.
see who's getting paid more money. Will Smith,
Yeah.
probably still Will.
Probably
Smith.
still Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kevin Hart makes so much fucking money.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, just add him to the cast like Chris Rock and Lethal Weapon 4.
Kevin Hart does
Yeah.
soccer stadiums when he does stand up.
I know, it's
It's
crazy.
insane.
How do you stand up to a soccer stadium? That sounds like a nightmare.
I mean, with that many people, I think it kind of doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fan, like once you get that big, like it happened to Dane Cook too. Your fans just kind of laugh and
Yeah.
scream at everything you say.
Yeah.
Right.
So you don't really have to be funny. You don't know if you're funny anymore.
Yeah, right. Like I'd have way more trouble doing stand up for like 12 people than like
At that
Yeah.
point,
12,000.
Oh yeah,
Because
bigger crowds are way easier.
Yeah.
At that point, I would almost want to go out and start trying to bomb just to see if you could get the entire room quiet by the end of the night. Like crickets in a soccer stadium. That's what I want.
That would be a more amazing task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom Holland leaked the title of the new Spider-Man movie.
Or
Leaked is in
Spider-Man
quotes. They're sort of. Tom Holland has an adorable habit of spoiling everything, and I love him for it.
I think he leaked in the sense that the studio told him
This
it,
is
and
a,
they were like, he'll tell people. Like,
this is a clear marketing thing.
Yeah.
Like this is how they revealed the title of the new Spider-Man movie was by having Tom Holland go on Instagram and be like, oh, they told me not to say anything about it, but here's the script, and he holds it up.
Up, and the title is so clearly displayed.
Yeah. I'm wondering though,
And
if
is
they
the script
need...
is the front page of the script really black? Probably not.
Probably not.
I'm wondering though if because Tom Holland, like, at first it was like a problem, right? Like,
Yes.
I like
There's
the idea
there's that
of
wonderful
them not working with him, and they're just realizing like, okay, he's a force that we either use for good or bad, so we just don't tell him things until we want it to be publicly known.
There's that wonderful montage of him doing junkets with Benedict Cumberbatch, who has to keep cutting him off when he's about to say something that he's not supposed to say about Infinity War.
Oh.
He's
Why does he do this?
I think he's just because he's like 23 and he's just excited.
Oh,
I
okay.
also like this better than the version, because there's that. I remember when we were first doing the first round of Marvel stuff, the actors were going through these junkets and it was like hell.
Yeah.
And like, it's an awful part of, doing these movies. And so I like this like corporate pushback where they just stop giving a shit. And they just have to be sort of wrangled. Because at this point, the actors are getting to a point where, like, they can't really recast them, a lot of them, I think.
It'd be hard, yeah.
It'd be, like, I think the fans are, attached enough to them. So, like, the actors are getting a little bit more power now. And I want to see them use that power to just randomly leak stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or just, like, show up drunk at a junket.
I mean...
Which I'm pretty sure has happened.
Oh, yeah,
already.
it has.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I did. In this article, there is a quote. It says, "We also know that Peter will get a new Spider-Man costume in Spider-Man: Far From Home that will have very big changes that are fitting for a hero who's close to reaching adulthood." That sounds sexual as fuck.
right.
Like there's going to be a crotch bulge.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Like
thinking
a
a Titanic
solid
crotch bulge.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
visible erection the entire time.
Yeah, or just like a cutout down the leg for his massive dong. He's going to have like a 24-inch Mark Wahlberg Boogie Nights dong running down the side of his. Luis Prada, who writes for Cracked sometimes, or used to, went as Batman one year and just had a big fucking fake dick running down his leg.
Because, well, that's all superhero costumes. They never consider that. But, like,
Right.
it's got to be real uncomfortable around that area.
Sure.
Yeah. I hope he's got a big, like a cod piece or something.
Yeah. Like a huge cod piece or like a spider dick. So there's like 8 dicks.
Oh, man.
just going in all directions.
Like
look
4 on
what
each
else
side.
it did, ladies.
Yeah. Okay.
But it probably won't be that.
It probably won't be that.
Sorry.
I can't imagine what it will be. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And I don't.
I mean,
It's going to
maybe
be
it's-
bigger, I'm assuming.
Yeah, assuming it'll be a larger
a bigger
costume.
person, it'll
I
be a
think-
larger size.
I think they're going to give him, like, pecs and stuff. I think that maybe it's the idea of, like, some producer being like, can we make him, like, sexy now? Like, can we make him, like,
Yeah.
Oh.
like eye candy for the ladies?
Spider-Man's not supposed to be sexy.
No.
That would be a bad move.
That's makes everyone.
It will go
uncomfortable.
down as the
Yeah.
sexy Spider-Man movie, and everyone
Right.
will hate it.
Maybe there'll be nipples.
Oh yeah, give
Like
him nipples.
that.
Give
Yeah.
him nipples, yeah.
Nipples
Again,
and a
like-
giant cod piece.
Yeah.
Give him calf implants. But just implants.
And a butt injections.
Oh, man.
Silicone butt injections.
Big Nicki Minaj ass on Spider-Man.
Oh man.
I'd be all for that.
Yeah, totally. All right, and last thing, another superhero movie thing. They're leaking photos for Wonder Woman 2, which is called Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 1984. And it's
Boy,
there's
was
like,
this exciting stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
They always do this. Or like first look of this actor as this character in the new movie, and it's always just the actor in street clothes standing around like
Yeah.
looking at something.
Yeah.
So like this one is like new photos of Kristen Wiig as Cheetah, the villain in the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
And it's just Kristen Wiig in a museum.
In street clothes.
In street clothes.
Standing in a museum.
Yeah.
It's like,
She's-
prove this is from Wonder Woman.
Yeah, right. Like she's kind of dressed. She's dressed like a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
Like in like a big skirt.
It looks like an
and-
SNL outtake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it look. Yeah, it definitely looks like she's playing some kind of character
They
in a
this-
museum.
Yeah.
They did this all the time with, of course, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, it's like new
As
shots of
Bruce
Ben
Wayne.
Affleck as Bruce
As
Wayne. It's like
Bruce
that's
Wayne.
Bruce Wayne in a suit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. This is Ben Affleck in
Yeah.
a suit. We've seen that. We know what Ben Affleck
That's
looks
the
like.
Oscars.
And
You're
it
not
was
fooling
like
us.
they did it for like the Justice League movie too,
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, we've already seen him as Batman. Like, what are you trying to tease?
Your second look at Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah, it really is that they get these photos in and they're like, well,
Yeah.
we have to run them because everybody else is.
And this would be something they're getting from the studio, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Which that's even worse.
Yeah.
Because someone on the set was like, oh, they'll like this.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just Kristen Wiig dressed as Annie Hall in a museum. So yeah, I mean that movie will probably be fun.
When does that come out?
Next November.
Nice.
Yeah.
1984 is my wheelhouse. That's when I was.
Oh yeah.
I was 8. Everything was fucking happening then. I
I
was listening to Prince and Michael Jackson. I was playing
Nice.
baseball.
I was getting born.
Yeah, I was a year old. I was
Yeah.
being one, walking
Yeah.
around being
Yeah.
one.
I
Yeah.
was being 8.
I
Yeah.
I found out the first movie I ever saw as a baby. It was 1 month after being born. It was Ghostbusters.
That checks out.
Oh yeah. It
I'm
was-
pretty sure Carrie was the first movie I saw
Nice.
at an uncomfortably young age.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the stories that we have.
And I have a movie that deserves more hype. This is called Madeline's Madeline. Which I'm actually not that excited for this movie.
I've heard this title. I don't.
Here's the thing about this movie. The thing that attracted to me to it was the trailer. It's a very original trailer, a
Mhm.
very neat trailer, and I encourage more trailers to be like this. It has a 93% Rotten Tomatoes.
Can we watch the trailer? I haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, let's
The
put this
sound.
sucker on.
I find the music insufferable in the trailer, but
Oh,
it's
good,
still a
good.
great trailer.
Oh, good.
Buckle up, audience.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hey na 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 na. Hey na 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 na
Yep.
na na na. Hey
It's pretty
na,
insufferable.
na, na,
Right.
na, na,
But the trailer's done really well.
Yeah.
na, 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 na. Hey na na.
You sort of have to watch it. It's very visual.
Yeah.
Hey na 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 na. Hey na 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 na.
It's like it reminds me of like a Spike Jones music video.
Yeah, it does look like that.
A lot of animal masks.
Yeah.
A lot of animal masks.
What's interesting about this trailer is I have no idea.
No
what
idea what this movie's about.
Exactly. But I think it's capturing the tone.
Hey.
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 So it's about a theater production, a girl in a theater production whose
I could,
life
yeah, I
starts
could guess that.
whose
that.
life starts mixing with the production, like she can't tell reality.
Oh, like Black Swan?
yeah,
I think
sounds like Black
it's
Swan.
got some Black Swan in it. And so for that reason, and the look of the trailer, if the look of the trailer is any indication of how the movie's going to look, I'm very curious about this.
It looks
that
like
said-
it might look like Mother,
Yeah.
which I thought was a really fun movie until the last few minutes.
Right. I haven't seen it yet. I need to see it.
It's fun to look at,
Okay, yeah, it's
And
Darren
as it-
Aronofsky. He's,
but I feel like the ending is just terrible.
Mm.
But up to that point, like
Right.
up to the ending, that movie is fucking great.
This movie, I'm wondering if it's going to be like Birdman, where it's going to be a movie that's good, and then you hear so much about it that you're like, okay, I'm really fucking sick of this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's about acting. and so I can see the Oscars just glomming right onto this.
Yeah. They love that
or
shit.
or it's not that great of a movie, and we'll never hear about it again. I don't know. It comes out August. I think it's a limited release in August. I think it's just like New York and L.A. But I'm sure it'll show up.
Ha ha! Suck it, flyover states.
Fuck you, Midwest.
But yeah, I don't know. Oh shit!
I couldn't even hear it.
That was
What
like
the fuck happened?
Yeah, I heard it.
And
very-
somewhere in the
Very
distance,
gentle.
yeah.
somewhere in the distance, a reggaeton horn blares. Interior day.
Yep, that's the wandering reggaeton hon. It's a legend up here in these parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch that movie.
Yeah, I'll certainly watch it. Also, another movie that deserves more hype update. The Endless is streaming right now. We talked about it on this
A
podcast.
few months ago. It's the one about the two brothers who are in a cult and they leave.
They leave
as children and they come back as adults and
They leave
nobody in
as
the cult's
teenagers.
aged.
Yeah, and they come back and it's like they leave and it's like a big media thing of this UFO cult that these two brothers escaped, and they revisit it, and like you said, no one
nobody's
is
aged.
aged, and some really
What's
weird
that
shit's
streaming
going
on?
I know it's on Amazon. I think it's
Nice.
just for rent. I actually watched it. I don't want to say much.
Okay.
Is it good?
Except that is, I really liked it. Yeah.
Okay. So
and it's
I'll
really fucking weird.
watch that shit.
Have you
Yeah.
seen Faults?
No.
No.
Brett Rader recommended Faults to me, and it sounds like it's kind of it's cult based,
Ooh.
and it's about a guy who goes and tries to deprogram a girl who's been in a cult, and
Oh, okay.
it gets really fucking weird.
This
It's a good movie. It's also streaming.
This one, The Endless, is directed by two directors who did Spring. Did you ever see Spring?
I don't think so.
I highly recommend Spring. It's they're indie directors, so like I kind of hope they stay indie directors because they don't need much of a budget. They need some budget, but this was about a guy who's traveling overseas and like it's like what is that movie called, like Before Sunrise? The ones where
Yeah.
it's like a romantic movie where a guy meets a girl on vacation and
Yeah.
they hook up and stuff. The catch is that the girl's a squid monster.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and it's really good. Like it's the way they do it. Like it's like weird, grotesque type of horror movie, but it's also actually kind of romantic. And it's just a really unique movie. And same with The Endless. It's a very unique movie. The premise of it is I can't call it quite horror. I can't call it quite sci-fi. But there was a couple moments in it that I found disturbing. Which I always appreciate in a movie. That's like, it was kind of a horror movie.
So it's like
moment.
Cocoon.
Yes, it's exactly
It's
like
exactly
Cocoon.
like Cocoon.
But yeah, it's a very fucking
Yeah,
weird movie.
Just like Cocoon.
Is
If
there
you
a
like- if
swole ass Steve Gutenberg in it?
No, unfortunately. But if you like ambiguous movies that are kind of creepy and weird and fucking all over the place, watch The Endless.
All right.
And funny, it's got some comedy in it too.
I will
As
watch
did
the
as
end.
did Spring.
Endless.
Spring had some comedy in it as well. Yeah,
I will watch all this goddamn
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Well, all right. That's a show.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That is a show.
Thanks,
People
Adam,
should watch,
for doing
Cocoon
that.
as well.
Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Yeah. Anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Ah.
Nah.
No.
You guys know. You guys know where to find Adam.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/unpops.
Yeah. Do it.
That's it.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.